What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and another Hero Spotlight. Now, a lot of people have been requesting this one, and I know I neglect the poor Dryad on my live streams. I just really like the shooty shoot. I just want to shoot stuff in the face, and I neglect the poor little Dryad, but that's not to discredit her at all, as she is one nasty, nasty girl. The amount of burst damage you can put out with the Dryad is right up there amongst the top heroes in current endgame builds, and it's just insanity to see just what she can do. Now, just to give you a little taste of that here, always have yourself some handy-dandy Starfalls nearby. Remember, when playing the Dryad in any form, always throw some Starfalls on the ground, as they do last for a minute, and they don't take anywhere near that long to recharge. So make sure you've always got a healthy stack sitting around. As you see, we're just about charged all the way back up to 7. And let's take a look at this insanity. Now, of course, we're going corrupt. Oh yeah, and here it comes. You can really easy get numbers. There's a 30 mil DPS right there with some crits. Now, as you see, I am just terrible at this. I just don't give this build enough play, so I am way out of practice with it. But I didn't even get all the Starfalls onto the ground, and you saw the amount of power it was dishing out. Let Dragolich reset here. We'll try it once again, see if I can get a few more of them down. But we did spike up to 30 million DPS there, which is pretty darn impressive. Even without Drago, you can easily get into the millions. You could probably actually get to 15, close to 20 million DPS if you were... There's a 14.7. I am just, like I said, I am terrible at throwing stuff on the ground. It's absolutely insane. I mean, you can just melt mobs. You know, you're not getting the one-hit, insta-shot roller kill like you can on the Lavamancer. However, it's still dead in under 2 seconds. So, I mean, it's right there with the Lavamancer, the EV2 charge shot. I mean, it stacks right up with it, for sure. Just crazy. Just wrecks it out. And that was without even the auto attack. Now, if you don't have any stacks of Starfall, you're not going to be wrecking out the damage. But on the same note, all you have to do is just pop back out of corrupt form, and you're now a tank that can sit there and hold the lane or do whatever is necessary to, you know, keep the match a success. Now, let's take a quick look at all the gear and the shards. Now, as you would expect, this is an ability power hero crit build, and since we are at endgame, we have to have hero health as a factor, and the Dryad has very nice scaling with hero health, as you see with the 295k, and I'm actually missing 1 or 2 pieces with hero health. So you can really get your Dryad up there in health, where the girl is pretty much unkillable. Now, looking through, of course, ability power, hero crit, and hero health on every one of our armor pieces. Doesn't matter. You see I've got the hero damage in the mix there. That's my oddball piece out. And then I've got hero health on the weapon, so it's just the gloves I'm missing here. But ability power, hero crit are required for the DPS aspect of this. Hero damage is definitely not required at all. It's going to help you if you completely run out of juice and you just need to take melee swings. But one thing about the Dryad is with practice in dropping Starfalls and, you know, just a little bit of use, you can really get your timing down where it's up just about all of the time. Now, we're going with Meowmere. A couple of main reasons. First off, Meowmere, of course, has a chance of rolling at increased stats, where you see the 12k here. You're just not going to find too many 12k weapons lying around in any of the maps. And with blowing quite a few defender medals, I was able to get one over 12k, so I was pretty happy with that. And I do like the substats and the light swing speed. Now, a lot of people are saying you get better results from the heavy. However, I just always like to swing fast. That's just kind of what I do. Now, That's the only reason we took Meowmere, really, was for the increased ability power. However, if you do look at Meowmere's locked shard, it does scale off of ability power. Now, if you don't choose Meowmere and you go with the Terrorblade, that actually scales from hero damage. So you would be playing kind of against the general playstyle of the Dryad itself. Now, the only required shard in here is Inspiring Strikes. I've got Ravenhost in the mix, but you can basically use absolutely any shard you want. I go with Inspiring Strikes and Ravenhost, as that's what Cryo had suggested to me, and I'm having just great results with it, so I've decided to go ahead and stick with it. Now, by the way, all of the shards here, of course, you can find a link to the shards list in the description below that will allow you to see not only these shards and where they drop, but every shard and where it drops. So make sure to check that out there. Now, in our helmet, we're going to go with Inspiration, Corruption's Embrace, and Celestial Attunement. All of three of these are really required shards. Celestial Attunement's a no-brainer. You get 4 more stacks of Starfall. Just dishes it out. Corruption's Embrace is where some of that damage is coming from, with the Starfall damage being increased by 40% while in corrupt form. And then the cooldown is the cooldown. Gots to have it. Now, in that chest piece, we're using Corruption's Bargain, Corruption's Harmony, and Corruption's Fortification. Now, these would definitely be interchangeable if you wanted to go with Bulwark or something else. Corruption's Bargain isn't necessary. Corruption Harmony is really a necessary as well. Corruption's Fortification could be swapped out if you chose to go with something else. However, 40% increase in armor while in purification form. Now, in those gloves, we're going with Critical Strike, increases your hero crit chance by 10%. Shroom Bloom, the mushrooms created by Powder Toss, last 6 seconds longer. And then Shroom Gloom, the slow intensity of Power Toss in purification form, increased by 40%. Now, I personally, usually, if I'm going to throw down shrooms, I usually end up doing it as a heal for myself and my party. So that's how I usually do it. However, if you do throw it while in corrupt form, it's going to do damage to the bads, and then at the end when it expires, it's going to stun everyone in the range. So, I mean, it's still a very nice ability to be thrown on the ground. Now, Critical Strike, obviously, all heroes really are going to want more crit, and how do you pass up 10% crit chance? And then in the boots, we're going with Corruption's Blessing. Damage of Dryad's Blessing is increased by 40% in corrupt form. So, of course, the Blessing is the number 1. In corrupt form, it's going to deal AoE damage to everyone around us. Now, to take a look at the Ascension as you level up, in the utility category, the very, very first thing you always want to go into, Hero Crit Chance, get that maxed out. After Hero Crit Chance, you're going to want to go to Celestial Power. And then I personally always go into Movement Speed, and then last, Hero Crit Damage. Since this is a full DPS hero, these top 4 are the only ones you need to worry about. We really get... we're not using any defenses with this build. Now, I do have mine hybrided, so I do use some of the defenses with this builder. However, when you're just starting up and coming up through the ranks, you're best to focus purely on DPS and have either a separate Dryad or less of a focus on the Dryad's defenses, and you'll get better results. And then in the offense category, first thing straight up, without question, just get it into the Starfall damage. The Starfall damage is where it's at. If you do find yourself using your World Trees and your Powder Toss a lot, then those are both awesome abilities. Now it would take quite some time, obviously, to get yourself completely maxed in Starfall damage. However, after you do, you're probably going to want to go ahead and switch to Corrupt Blessing damage next. And then, you can vary out any of the other abilities after that. Hero Health, Powder Toss, World Tree Heal if you're using your tree. All those goodies right there. And really, even the Powder Toss damage would be good too. Now, as you see, I'm going into that one kind of next to last. I end up having some points split there. However, just go into Starfall damage. It's all about the Starfall. And this is, without a doubt, the OP Starfall build. So that will do it for now. Thanks again. click that like button and please subscribe to the channel. I'll be back soon with lots more DD2, and let me know in the comments below what hero you want to see spotlighted next. So thanks again. See you next time.